Alright, hello everyone, this is Jonah, or a lot of threes. Today I'm going to be bringing you the first part of our series for the Third Age Total War campaign. Third Age Total War is a mod, obviously, of Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. Basically, how I came across this mod a while ago. It's been out for a long time. When I was maybe in 8th grade, 9th grade, it was a while ago. And I was always into strategy. I had a couple of the Total War games, and I was obviously very into Lord of the Rings. So this is a natural fit. I actually hadn't been able to play this game until this year, just because the only computer I had was this old Chromebook that didn't run anything but native apps. And so the only interaction I had with this game was there was a series, it was like an 80-part series, showing this guy was playing the Elves campaign, and I was obsessed with it. I probably watched it like 3 or 4 times all the way through all 80 parts, and I would rewatch it like people rewatch like Breaking Bad or whatever. Like, I remember key battles and specific moments, and it was like a great drama. It's just funny because it's just anyways. So the campaign here, I'm going to pick I'll show you when they pop up, the Silvan Elves. Silvan Elves are my favorite. I really like, my favorite part about any sort of medieval warfare game is the archers, and seeing the archers sort of just rip into the enemy, especially the Silvan Elves. I mean, they just have incredible archers. I'll sort of run through my logic about why I'm not picking the other faction. The High Elves would be my second choice, because they're also elves, and they just have sort of a starting position that I don't like as much. They start over in these blue areas, and the Silvan Elves start over in these green areas, which is it's more fun to manage, in my opinion. Okay, so but here's my logic when picking a faction. All the evil factions: Mordor, Isengard, Orcs of Misty Mountains, Orcs of Gundabad, Harad, and Rune, they're kind of all out for me. Just like, I don't really think I can have fun playing them. I mean, maybe at some point I'll try again, but they're just the thing about the evil factions is they rely heavily on cost-effective units, cheap bad units. But they have it's a lot of cheap bad units, but they have a lot of those kind of units. So here's an easy example. The main sort of Mordor spear unit is I believe it's called Orc Warband, and they have like 107 troops, which is a lot for a unit. And by comparison, the Silvan Elves spear unit, the sort of like the one you get right off the bat, is like 61, so it's almost twice as big. But the quality of the Silvan spearmen is higher, so even though the numbers are greater, it ends up sort of like, if you just pitted those one-on-one, this Silvan spearman would have a chance to win. Though they're not really supposed to win one-on-one engagements. They're more supposed to hold while your archers do the damage. But I just really don't like that sort of whole feel. It's also obviously something that I've been conditioned to me that you pick up from the movies, because that's sort of like, if you look at the movies and the books from like sort of a military perspective, that's sort of what you're looking at, is the good factions have better quality troops, but the evil factions just have greater like sort of masses of troops. It's like ants. There's just a ton of them. So I just don't really like that. The Harad and the Rune are kind of the exception to this. I guess Isengard too. These factions still have elite troops. It's just not really something. They're just not that fun. Like, the Mordor has the Oleg High, which is a cool troll unit, and the Isengard has good Urk units, which are pretty elite troops. And they have trolls. The Harad and Rune have some better quality troops overall. One of the things I hate about Mordor and Isengard and these playing with these people is they rely pretty heavily on this unit called Snaga Skirmishers, which are so they throw spears. So they're not a melee unit, so they are technically a range unit, but their range is so short. They're so bad. They provide none of the utility and strength of an archer unit, but they don't provide that power, but they also don't provide the safeness of an archer unit. You pick Silvan Elves, they just have a basic archer unit. This is the light Silvan archers, and they can shoot from a far distance, and they do a lot of damage, and they're safe. Snaga skirmishes are not safe. They're very, very, very bad, and I hate those units. I hate having to use them. And the other thing is they're not good in melee, and generally speaking, the Elvish archers are actually pretty good melee, especially the general's unit and this unit right here, the Silvan heavy archers, are actually better than most heavy infantry units or better than a lot of heavy infantry units in the game. They're incredible swordsmen, which is sort of the power of the elves that makes up for their they don't have heavy cavalry and they're expensive. And so obviously, okay, so for reasons I detailed right there, all these factions that rely on orcs, they're out. Rune and Harad are a little bit more appealing to me, but Harad, again, they sort of just have this gimmick unit, which is the Mumakil. The Mumakil are very good, can win a lot of battles, but I don't know, I just don't really want to rely on that. Like, that's not that fun to me to just, at some point, if you're the elves and you capture the Fangorn settlement, you can, actually, I think you can do this with any faction, I'm not sure, but I know for sure, when you're the Silvan Elves, if you capture Fangorn, you give the Ints autonomy, and then they send you a unit of Ints, and the Ints are fun, but, they're kind of a gimmick, like, cheesy unit, and it's not really one I want to fight on. What I really like with medieval warfare is just straight up, infantry and archers, and with, a little bit of cavalry, mixed in. That's sort of what's fun to watch, what's sort of fun to play with. And I guess honestly with the Rune, you just don't know that much about them. They're barely really featured in the Lord of the Rings world. I'm just not that interested in them. Though if I were to play an evil faction, I probably would play one of these two. I tried Isengard, and again, just relying on Snaga skirmishers just kills me. Though I do like some of their other units. And now, as for the other ones, Free Peoples of Eriador is also something I would consider, because I like, it is pretty cool to have Aragorn as your leader here, and the Dunedain Rangers are pretty good. But it's, again, you don't feel connected with the units because they're not really featured in the movies or the books. Like, the Rangers are in the books, but still, there's not really that connection. Dwarves I would also consider, but there's no archers. They're very unversatile, and I want to be like a big presence on the map, and with the dwarves it's really hard to do that because you just can't siege that well without archers and cavalry. You're really limited, and you can crush people if you can get them to funnel into an area where they can just be butchered by your infantry, but it's such a niche situation. I've also played Dale. Dale's extremely not fun. Their position on the map and their units are just not fun at all. I really did not like that. And also the only really fun thing to do with them is to attack Erebor, which is the dwarves, the dwarf settlement that's featured in the Hobbit, where Smaug lives. And so the thing about the settlements in this game is they're incredible. They're like really, really cool. They're really fun. But they're very buggy, and so it's not really. And so, sort of, when you're Dale, it's kind of fun to, just in general with any faction, you want to craft sort of your own narrative because this is an open world game, and it's Lord of the Rings, and you can kind of do what you like. That's the appeal of it, but so you just want to attack Erebor because that'd be kind of fun. Like, what if the Lakeman, the Lake Town, King Bard attacks the dwarves? But it's just it's really difficult to fight an Erebor and did not have that much fun. Rohan, I do want to use them some more at some point because I do like their cavalry, but they're just really lacking in infantry. But I think that I do like Rohan, and I will try them some more. Gondor is also would be one of my top picks. I actually tried to do a commentary video on them before. It just didn't really work out. I didn't really. They had too many settlements to manage right at the start, and I just sort of felt stretched. But I definitely like their starting position and their troops, so I will probably go back to them at some point. But so yeah, so we're gonna go. The Silvan Elves. Just really, really fun. I played them a lot, so I will know what I'm doing more, which is better for this. So, oh yeah, one more thing before I start this. I just want to sort of talk about what this series is going to be. I think it's just a personal project that's like, I think maybe half Total War series and half podcast, because truth is, as far as my skill level goes at this game, I don't think it's bad, but it's not. I'm not a master at this game by any means. I don't know all the tricks on the campaign map, and there's probably some things I do on the field that are not things an expert would do, and I definitely can get impatient when I'm fighting and just sort of speed things up and lose more troops than I need to. So this is sort of a personal side project, and yeah. I don't expect any people to watch it. But if you are watching it, thank you for watching it, and let's start. Not the best intro. The Gondor one is much cooler, but not bad. You see the units a little bit. The units look very, very cool in this game, even though the graphics are obviously outdated, but just very cool. Also, while it's loading, and sort of before we get going with just the regular campaign battle management, like I said, it's kind of weird to think about this, because normally you'd think about, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto as an open world game, but this is an open world game in the terms of you have this big map and you can just kind of do what you like. And I mentioned that series I watched earlier. One of the things that kind of annoyed me is people wanted the guy that was playing to strictly stick to what happened in the movie. So, for example, he captured Edoras from Isengard. Isengard had taken Edoras, which is the Rohan capital, and he took it back. And people wanted him to give it back to Rohan because, like, that's, quote unquote, what would have happened in the movies. But the thing is, the fun thing about this is it's open world. You can do what you want, and it is fun in certain points to stick to what would happen in the movies or the books. Because, it fits the narrative, and that feels nice. But it's also nice to sort of imagine the Lord of the Rings world from a military history perspective. And for example, what if the elves decided to attack Rohan? Or not that I'm necessarily going to do that. I might. But the point is that I can. You're supposed to do what you want, and that's what I plan to do. So I think what I know is I like to be flexible, because, no plan survives contact with the enemy, as they say. But my plan, and I want it to be adaptable, but I want to be a big presence on the map. That's what I know right now. I don't want to be... That's kind of why I don't like Dale, because Dale, you don't really have that much potential to do anything. And what I mean by that is to be more involved in the big struggles on the map and have big armies and take a lot of settlements and be a big power and something to reckon with, and not just, sort of a needle in Mordor's side. I want to be a little bit more than that. As far as my battle tactics, you'll see them. They're really simple. It's just protect the archers and get my archers room to fire, because they're devastating. So I think my big problem when I've played this campaign is putting too many troops down in this area, because the truth is that Isengard and Rohan are kind of doing their own thing, and I can get involved with that, and I still probably will eventually. But the problem is that the orcs over here, Orcs of the Misty Mountains, and Mordor, which is over here, they're constantly sort of just like there attacking you. And if I try to attack them and Isengard, then I'm just gonna die. So my spy out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus more over here in this area by Thranduil's Halls, even though this area never really gets attacked, and just sort of clear this out from Mordor settlements and move in from this side. There's a village around here, I believe, and this is Dol Guldur, a Mordor citadel, as you can see. And if I can take those, then I will sort of have boxed Mordor in more, and then I can move in from over here. Maybe take out Isengard, and then eventually I want to fight Mordor. I want to kill Mordor. I know it wants me to fight the orcs of the Misty Mountains for the campaign winning conditions, and I will do that, but that's not all I want to do. All right, so first things first, start building some stuff up here. I can probably go high tax right here. Yep, they're fine with that. So they're green. Let's build mines for some units. Legolas is right here? Yeah. So I want to use Legolas as my acting field general. He's actually a better general than... Yeah, he's slightly better than Thranduil, and I also know he can lead a night attacks normally. Over here... So I already spent kind of a lot of money. We'll do just up the tax right here, and then build something maybe smaller. Do a market, that's 3 turns. Up the right here. And this, I need to be able to recruit Silvan Spearmen from here, so we'll do that. And that's kind of the limit of what I can do, because so I want to go right here, which I believe is Arendelle. It's a rebel town, and I want to be able to take that. So I need to sort of build up more of an army here so that Legolas can do something with it. So yeah, that's kind of the fun of the Silvan Elves. They're really small, and so they're easier to manage early game. So let's just go ahead and end the turn there. I'm going to take a Limelight Fort. That's pretty standard. They always want you to take this fort. It's right here. Ocean's Orson. Okay, I don't know what I did to do that. I have a planter. We have Galadriel. Crewman report, don't need to see that. Return report. Yeah, we spent a lot of money that turn, so we lost a lot of money, but projected profits 1,500, so we just gotta limit our spending this turn and we should be fine. Limelight Fort doesn't really require that much, but I also don't want to. I'm gonna need a diplomat there. I just don't want to get drilled, so we'll wait a couple turns for some units. I believe it. Oh no, he's still building. But I do kind of need to start taking stuff soon since I've already spent a lot on troops. So we're going to send these guys into Legolas's army. We're going to send him out. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to get into a fight with Dale, because I've never really fought Dale before. But that would also probably hurt me to do that, just because it would stretch me. Because Mordor and orcs, and the orcs and Misty Mountains are always going to be pissed off at me. And sometimes I can get a ceasefire, but it's not. Generally speaking, I'm always going to be at war with them. Again, not really much we can do because I want to limit my spending. I already recruited a couple units. I probably actually went over my limit for this turn, so we just end it. It's probably something very stupid that I will do in the series, or something very obvious that I'm not doing. I'm still sort of learning about like what's the best build pass and general strategy, so I'm still trying to figure that out. So, that's weird. There's normally a guy right here. I don't know, maybe it might be Shagrat. Yeah, there he is. I don't want to. Okay, so the thing is I know how many units it is because this unit is always here. It's like 30 spiders, which are pretty good, but I could pretty easily kill them with this army, of course. But the thing is I think that crashes the game just because it's in a weird spot on the map. So I don't really want to do that. Let's look at my finances. I'm still making profits, so I can afford to recruit a few more troops. Recruit an archer unit here. They're still building, so I need to put more stuff on top of that. It's building an archer unit there. And that's a diplomat. Send them over to. This is where Erebor is, so just send them there, get them a trade deal or something. And again, not a whole lot I can do if I really don't want to spend too much money, because that's been my biggest problem when playing this campaign in the past, is just spending way too much on troops, and so I gotta be a little bit more careful with how I spend my money. But honestly, I guess this guy gets kind of annoying, and he picks off like I would try to send an archer unit down from here to help support Karis Galadhon or whatever, and they would just pick it off. So maybe it would be best to just go in there and auto-resolve that, but auto-resolve kind of screws you sometimes. I don't know if I want to do that. So these are still building, so I don't really need to build anything. I'm building some troops so we can end the turn. For the length of these, I don't know how long they're going to be yet. The thing is, I know this is a very niche interest. This is something. I mean, that's I guess sort of when you're making anything, you just want to make it for yourself and for people that might think like you. My lord, I bring an important message. Yeah, so this is basically what this means is that you don't truly come online as a full army until like turn 50. And I believe every turn is a season. That might be. Is that right? Yeah, so this basically means that I won't be online for 10 years if 4 turns is a year. So that'd be about 12 years, actually. The construction is complete here. How are my finances doing? Still making profits. So I build something that could make me some profits. We can go fairground, tradable goods. I'll go roads because they're cheaper and they also will help my mobility. Roads are, you don't really think about it because it's just, they're roads, but they really increase your mobility. Also, there's well, okay, so early on, I don't really want to get into fights with these rebels. I'm going to siege them, but I don't think I'm actually going, I'm just going to wait them out and wait for the surrender. But I will be getting into lots of fights with Mordor later, just because so one of the things about the computer is they're not, I don't say they're stupid, because on the campaign map they can actually be pretty surprising and attack you from angles that are difficult to deal with. However, like on the map, on the battlefield, they're pretty stupid. So the computer, well, they're stupid, but you're also just, you should be better than the computer. Anyways, the way they compensate for that, the game, is they give them a lot of extra money and extra units and just random full stacks, which is, to keep, so it balances out, makes the game pretty difficult. I'm going to spy on this guy, not because I really care what he has in his armor, but just to get my spies traits up. Usually the little movies from Medieval to Total War. I'm guessing he gets caught because he always gets caught. Oh, he got away with it. They basically have nothing right there. That's not really. I won't watch that again. So get something going with Airboy there. Again, just really hesitant about spending my money. What I want to do is try to take stuff with the troops that I have, and then I'll get more if I need to. So I don't really know. Let's see. You see, roads allow them to travel directly from San Amath to Karas Galadhon, sorry. So I guess this should be enough to take something. So where's the Light Fort again? They're not really happy about being abandoned like that, so we'll lower the taxes. Well, I'm going to have to go all the way down to normal. That's not good for my finances. Yeah, I'm actually projected to lose money now. That was a bad move by me. Yeah, that was a really bad move by me. I'm just going to have to go to the high tax rate so I don't... Wow. So I could have... That's okay. Well, either way, I'm in the red for next turn. Just gonna have to deal with that. Well, anyways, let's siege. Build that just in case we do have to fight. I don't plan on it. Free upkeep all garrisons is very nice. That really helps. I have more units coming, so yeah. So I'm just gonna need to capture these units and get their taxes. Is the sort of the lesson from this. I think I have a diplomat too, and I'll just establish some trade with Rohan and Gondor and maybe Isengard. I didn't lose money. How'd that work? I'm not really sure how I didn't lose money, but I'll take it. %52% chance, so he might die. Oh, yep, there he goes. That's a lot of this game, is your spies is dying during missions. Well, so it goes. Can I raise the taxes here again? Okay, yeah, they're fine with that. This is still building, so I don't want to just add something that's kind of pointless when I might need it for something else. I have an agent here. I'm going to send them to Rohan, which is somewhere over here. This will surrender in 4 turns. I guess I don't know how much. So let's trade. King Dane. So bold and confident command, this man could lead an angry mob to conquer an empire. It said that it said even this man's wife barely takes heed of what he says. He's getting cucked. Alright, let's go to trade rights. Map information. I'm for map information. I don't really want to give them 1,400 coins, so let's do this, because I want the trade rights. Offer some a bit extra. Okay. Again, I don't really care what's an Erebor for now, but I'm just gonna do this because you want to get your spies ranked up so they can more cunning than most of the Night Watch, but not all of them. Quietly observant. He's 48 years old. He's a little bit old to be a spy, but who am I to judge? Let's get in there. I don't want to watch it. Let's see. Oh, he got in. Alright. But he didn't rank up. So that's kind of useless. King Dane, Dragon Slayers. Oh my god, yeah. Yes, this is what we're talking about with the infantry. 20 defense is insane on a infantry or 76 people. That's higher than like the bodyguard unit for like Gondor and Isengard, who protect like Boromir and Saruman and stuff. They have like 18 defense. That's incredible. Make shield wall. What are these guys? Yeah, I think these are just their standard infantry, the Dwarven Warriors. Their infantry is nuts. Maybe I won't want to play them more. The miners, I think, are their crappy units. These are actually not that bad either, as like sort of a fodder unit. What am I projected for next turn? Projected power is 1,500. So I could afford to build something cheap here. The stables are really good. Let me build a leather tanner because it gives you some extra armor. It is nice to have that extra armor. Not building anything here either. Dirt roads would probably be helpful. Again, very small faction to start out with, so there's not a lot for me to do. Let's go ahead and end the turn. If my taxes start to increase, then I'll have to fight a battle. I don't know if I finished what I was talking about before. It went off into some other thing, but I think these are going to be maybe about 45 minutes to an hour, which is kind of a podcast length, and this is supposed to be a half podcast, I guess, solo podcast where I'm just kind of talking, just for fun. He's over here. How to siege Limelight Fort. And they surrender in... How many turns do they surrender? Three turns. Though they might sally out because that's a pretty small force I set them as. Just the thing is, the great thing about the elves too is a lot of times your general unit you can't really use. Like I was using Gondor the other day, and they have the Citadel Guard for Bormir's general unit. I assume for the other ones, so maybe I bet Faramir maybe has archers. I don't remember. Anyways, but you send them in, and the thing is, the spearmen just get ripped up. Horsemen are a little bit more useful. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. But archers are by far the best thing to have as a general's unit, because these guys, the Sindar archers, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. 13 missile attack, 13 melee attack, 15 defense. They slaughter other infantry units up close. They're also incredible archers. They're just really, really strong. Haldor is very loyal. In the turn? Not too much. Oh, I forgot to go to Dale. It's my fault. Second thought, I don't really want to fight Dale. It seems kind of boring. I guess maybe at some point, maybe if I sort of destroy Mordor over in the forest, then I can go over there, but it seems like a big risk for no reason. That's generous, so maybe I can get some map information. Quite reasonable. Thank you very much. The profits are still good. If I'm going to be building a lot of units from here, it wouldn't be bad to get this blacksmith. These are still building roads, so I don't need to do anything. Keep seeing him over here. There's just a wasteland. There's nothing. Alright, well, I know there's some over here, so. Still can't recruit anything here. I guess I need to honestly get a town guard so I can more efficiently recruit troops. And the turn again. So basically what's kind of weird to think about is we've already gone through like 2 years in this game. Which, you know, is accurate for a medieval faction. It takes a long time for them to do anything. Dwarves are at war with Rune. Okay, I don't care about that. Turn until surrender 1. I do want to get into a show of battle, so I might attack right here. And then wait this one out, because this one's about to surrender too. I bet I can get into a different battle. I really don't want to waste my troops. Decisions. Okay, so I can start building a... Can I raise this? No, I cannot raise it. I don't know, I'm happy about that. Let's go Town Guard. I feel better about this campaign so far than I have my other ones, just because I feel like I have a better hold on my faction, and I'm not spending units and money as quickly. Limelight 4 I know for a fact is not a fun battle, just because I fought it a bunch. It's just, you just pepper them. So we're going to attack right here, because it'll be fun. Geralf, yes, he's actually not a bad commander. Oh, Prince Legolas cannot lead. I guess it changes. I think it randomly generates their attributes every time. Anyways, let's fight this. $40 first battle. The battles are an important component of this because you need to win them, obviously. But most of the work is done on, not most. I don't know. I guess it depends because you have to win key battles to advance your faction. But also, there's a lot of the work is done on the campaign map. The campaign map is really fun to me. But also, I mean, it wouldn't be the same without the battles. Though honestly, I would still play this game if there wasn't any battles, just for the, if you just had to auto-resolve everything. That would be fun. That would be like Risk, in a way, I guess. That would be more based on your unit's abilities than just a dice roll like you have in Risk. Here isn't that great. I might have to fix the settings, though. I will see after this video if the settings are too low and I can increase the FPS, but it should be okay. That's not very good right now. It sucks. No, it's okay. Group these units up. Take these guys off skirmish mode. So, yeah, these guys' range are insane. They can already fire. So we'll move these up behind. Woodsmen, light infantry. Hunters. So basically it seems like they have 3 light infantry units and then 2 archer units. The elves, the thing about the elves is they punch way above their weight with their archers. You can just destroy larger armies by holding them at a distance and just crushing them with your archers. But they sort of play to their competition because they don't crush small armies easily because they don't have like horsemen. Like Rohan just crushes weak peasant armies really fast because you engage them with the troops and you engage them with your infantry and then you send your cavalry behind for a hammer and anvil sort of strike and you just destroy them really fast. In this case, I have to pepper them with archers and then that will do some damage, yeah, but they're going to spread out. See, they're already in spread formation, I think. And then my infantry just is lucky to trade 1-for-1 normally. They're just not very good troops, especially with no experience. See the little experience thing there. Oh, they just opened the gates. The ram has made this really weird because it's hard to select the units to tell them to attack. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm dropping frames a little bit. I apologize for that. I will fix that for the next recording. Because the video FPS looks like it's higher than the record FPS. All I gotta do is erase it. I think I set the record FPS at like 30 because I didn't think it needed to be that high, but probably need to set it like 40 or 50. Because this game doesn't need to run it. I don't know. Enemy general quickly dies. But you see, I don't know, I guess it's going better than normal. But see, these have already lost 10, these have already lost 6. I'm definitely winning, but I don't know, it's kind of annoying how bad your infantry is at the beginning. So I'm going to sort of move these guys up. Yeah, these guys are getting slaughtered. It's really annoying. We already lost 15. Zoom in a little bit. I'm definitely going to draw frames down here. You can barely tell what's going on. Apologize for that. Yeah, I'll definitely raise the frames for next game, or for next time. Getting a little too close. I think they might not be able to get in range until we win this. rally them, see if that was. They're still losing. See, they're gonna lose. Well, I'm winning I'm certainly winning the fight. They're getting crushed, but just losing more troops than I want to. The elves are so expensive, and you really gotta be careful with their troops, and especially the archers. The archers just don't get killed. You never really lose archers because they're sitting in the back doing their damage. So you just gotta be careful with your infantry. Apparently we can hit from this range. Another rally call. We're still winning right here. This unit is pretty much, it's taking a beating. It's lost half its troops. This should be what, let me see, group these guys out. So they're routing now. I don't really want to send my units in to get crushed again. Or not to get crushed, because they're clearly winning, but just, I don't want to lose more troops in hand-to-hand combat, so I'm going to pull them back. Attempt to pull them back. The pathing is sort of weird right here. I can't find a place for them to line up. What, is something wrong with this? Oh, I'm going to ungroup them because sometimes it's weird. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So now, since we're just going to be trading shots, we're just going to speed it up. So I think I just like watching the arrows hit them, but maybe other people don't. I'd have them expend their ammunition, and then since my infantry has taken such a beating, I'll actually let them do some melee fighting, especially with the Sindar heavy archers and these guys. The Silvan heavy archers and the Sindar archers are very, very good melee units. Woodsman light infantry, they have a little bit of light infantry left, and then one missile unit. Minus this one that's... I'm shooting the last of my... Okay, all my archers have taken their shots. I assume they're probably maybe out of missiles too. We're just going to do full frontal assault. I could take the time to flank around, but I don't really think it's necessary. So it's 11 units right there. Going to get crushed pretty fast. Speed it up because it's not as interesting to watch. Okay, so we pretty quickly crushed them. Slow it down a little bit so we can look at what they're looking at. Oh, paused it. Oh crap, there's a offset. I'm going to pull them back to deal with that. I did not realize that was going on. It's not been too bad, but just the forest wardens are just getting really beat up, which kind of sucks. So we engage them over here. These guys are winning. That sort of helps stabilize because the archers aren't hitting from the side anymore. I really did not realize they were over there. That was the one mistake I made during this battle, I think. Major mistake anyways. I probably made a bunch of little mistakes. See, these two units, Silvan Spearmen and the Force Wardens, they really just got demolished. Or very reduced, we'll say. And it's sort of a pain to send them back to a place where they can be retrained properly. And so now I use this force because my archers are mostly intact, but we're just gonna be mopping up the last like 10 of them or so. We'll speed this up. This should be so it's gonna be an easy, yeah, clear victory. 93 men lost seat. That's not bad. Basically, gotta think that. Sorry, lost 93 men. I lost 207. It's almost exactly a 3-for-1 trade. So for every guy that I lost, I took 3 of them. But that's actually not that great, honestly. I've had better trades with better armies. So in that, I guess this is also a very early Elven army with, it's pretty small, with only 3 elite units, and they're the archers, and the people that really got decimated were the spear units and the sword units. So I guess it's to be expected, but generally speaking, I would like to trade 5 for 1 in that sense, because the computer just has way more units than you, and the way they overwhelm you is just by sending constant stacks. So the more troops you lose, the more susceptible you are to being destroyed by a stack. Get the income from this place, Aaron Dolan. Victory, yeah, we know. Occupy. I don't really remember the upside of massacring the population, but increase the taxes. I'll make an artist studio here. This is I can retrain units, but I can't really. So we're just gonna have to send these units back. This is a fact. See, I literally said this was gonna happen. I would fight this to show you the spiders, but actually it will crash, I think. So we're just going to resolve and probably lose. Oh, I won. Okay. Alright. Even though I lost more troops. And then this was able to turn into a general's unit, so it's... Oh, see, that actually adds... That's really actually kind of broken. Then it just adds 30 units to that, and I get a general. But anyways. That doesn't make any sense at all, but I'll take it. Let's see. Free upkeep garrisoned. It's been a lot of money. I did just capture this. It was bringing 618. Wow, that's actually really nice. I didn't realize it was that much. And then Limelight Fort will bring me in a very small amount. Limelight Fort is one of the worst settlements in the game. I mean, I guess there's a lot of probably equivalently bad settlements, but it just provides you nothing. You have to probably wait, I don't know, 100-something turns before you can even build stuff there. It just kind of sits there. But also, they don't get mad if you put very high taxes and sit a single archer unit in there. And no one ever attacks it, so it's relatively safe. Okay, so they're going to sally forth and attack me here, so we're going to get a second battle. Can I lead a night attack? 271 men. I'm going to fight this on the battle map. See, this elves are much. That was the other thing I guess I forgot to mention when I was losing so many troops last time. Is anytime you're sieging, you're going to lose more troops because you're coming right at people shooting arrows at you, and anytime you're initiating, you're going to lose more troops. And they also have very poor initiation, so when this is much better for me when they're coming at me, because I'm going to sit back and have my archers destroy them from a distance. The elves defending are ridiculous. You can hold out, like, if you have, so a full stack is filling up this whole area right here, right? You can, I'm going to drop the ramp. You can hold off whole, like, full stacks with, like, multiple full stacks with one half stack. So I'm going to have them attack. Group them up. I have a lot of huntsmen, so this is actually going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, they're getting drilled right there. I mean, they're also getting drilled, but all I do is engage them right away so they can't use their troops. Send these guys on to them. Man, they're getting crushed again by these. See, the missile troops are just. I mean, they're very, very strong. I don't know why they're going over there. Okay, this is really annoying when they do. This is the annoying thing about facing large archer armies is they're on skirmish with, so they constantly just run away. I mean, Jesus, they're chasing me halfway across the map. This is ridiculous. They're terrified. Probably becoming. Oh, they're still fresh. I'm gonna chase them off the map. Oh, they're finally fighting me. It's ridiculous. Sorry for the speed up, but this isn't that interesting. It wouldn't be that interesting to watch it in regular time. Just watching my guys chase these morons across the field. God, this is really ridiculous. Yeah, see, these early fights against the bandits are just not that fun. It's a bunch of idiots running around while my troops slaughter them. Oh, I accidentally hit my mic right there. Apologies. Okay, I'm definitely not continuing that. 59 for 245. That's like that was like a 5 for 1 trade. That's better for me. Didn't lose that many archers. Kind of lost a lot of spearmen. So it's been going about an hour. I got 2 battles. They weren't the best. I think we're gonna sort of wrap things up here. Just sort of make the last changes for this turn. If you watched it this long, thank you. I don't think anyone's gonna watch again. This is sort of a personal project. I just want to try commentating on games since I've been watching that for a long time. 1,500 gold coins. That's very nice. I say very generous. I wonder if I can get some money from them. Let's go for 4,000. Is it balanced? I accepted that. Alright, 4,000 gold coins is pretty nice. And having... I'm off to a really, really strong start, actually. I know they're mad about that, but like, you know, whatever. I'm sending a unit down there. Just, you know, it's more important to me to retrain these units than to just keep something there. I don't really care. A mustering hall. It wouldn't be bad. Nah, I don't want to spend money there. I don't care about that. I'll probably, honestly, I usually end up selling this. I'll have some extra money. See if there's something I can build. This will be done on 1 turn, so we can start something else there. I guess we should go for a mining network. It's more income. What does this give you? It doesn't even tell you what that gives you, so I don't understand why I would build it. Okay, alright, let's see. Spend my money for this turn. Everything's sort of wrapped up. So I can recruit an extra, yeah. Recruit an extra spear unit. I'm not building anything here. I need a town watch. Land clearance is pretty cheap. I'll just build that. Alright, so it's on the turn. I still have my spy, and he's just sitting in arrow board. It's kind of useless because I'm not going to attack there. At least not right now. Okay, they want me to send an emissary to Gondor. Isengard very poor. Yeah, I don't. Mordor and Rohan are at war. Actually, Gondor's about right here. Iraq is right here. Classic music for Rohan, very cool. So another cool aspect of this game. This is, I should mention, this is just sort of the vanilla game. little sub mods. I really want to get Moz on here, which is the Massive Overhaul sub mod. Some people like Divide and Conquer. I don't really care for that one as much, but I just haven't done that yet for whatever reason. I think I was having problems with it, but I'll figure it out maybe later. But for now, the vanilla one is fun. It's also best not to test my computer, but I have a very bad computer. Alright, it's been pretty long. Again, it's sort of a niche thing. I don't think that a lot of people are itching to watch hour-long Total War videos, but this is kind of what I like. I had fun commentating on this. I think I'll make some more of these. This is pretty, again, like I said, it was fun. If you watched, thank you for watching, and go ahead and save the game. Actually, I need to delete these because these are my old ones. Let's call this Elves. Save game, and okay, alright. Thank you for watching.